What's up, guys?
What up? What's going on?
What up? You know, look,
lot of banter.
Yeah, a lot of banter. I mean, I will say, obviously, I'm biased because it's me, but like, all of these dating stories have gotten the most feedback, like in person, that I've got. You know, people come up to me out and about because of the pod, or like, you know, obviously my friends listen and people will bring up like certain stories. But the amount of people that have brought up not only the comedy of you trying to have an intervention D in front of my dad, a wife intervention, but then like, you know, the stories from the trenches, you know, about
Tales from the crypt,
trails from the streets, about the, you know, sort of transactional nature and just sort of what's going on. I have never had so many people come up to me out and about, send me DMs. I have guys sending me DMs that saying like, bro, same here, man. It's crazy. I have friends sending me texts, showing me screenshots of their texts, getting asked to buy things. And then our boy Javi is in the studio back in the office.
Yeah.
And he's got a story that might top them all.
It's an incredible story. I took this young, beautiful woman out on a beautiful day.
Where'd you meet her?
Wait, can I just say one thing? Sorry, Jav, real quick.
Go.
It's like, just like, we met you because you were Dee's former assistant. You guys don't work together anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just friends now. So
Yes.
you were Dee's former assistant, and like, you live where, in Santa Monica?
Venice, like right on the canals.
Right. And so you are just a young guy with I would imagine, a good job and live in Venice, very handsome, but just the dating
Emphasis
scene
on
in
the
Venice.
handsome.
Yeah, you know, I had to throw you that one. Obviously not handsome enough because of your story, but but I just want to paint the picture here. Like, you're not a celebrity, you're not an influencer, you're not a rich kid.
Yeah, normal guy.
Right.
Very hot.
Just hot. Hit me up on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, I'm out all the time. Meet this. It was like kind of through a friend of a friend. I'm like,
I want an exact location.
I think we're at Venice Beach Bar, which is like kind of this bar 2 down from Waterfront. It's like a little bit more low key, but it's still fun.
On the
boardwalk.
Okay.
Yeah. We're just out with a bunch of friends, caught a vibe, exchanged numbers, set up a date, went on the date.
Where'd you go?
Hillstone.
Okay, Santa Monica.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was.
What are the texts? Flirty, normal, everything? You're catching a little vibe.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like on A1 game right now. Like, like she's laughing. Like it's like gonna be good.
Right. No red flags.
No, and even on the date, like she was laughing. There's like those like weird like thigh touches sometimes. Like I'm like this is a home run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously wasn't a home run that night, but it's okay. Gentlemen did all the bullshit. And then
spoken like a true gentleman.
Yeah. And then did the morning after, like it was great. I had a lot of fun last night. We should set something else up. And then like she was being a little wishy-washy, whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. End up running into her again out. And then I was like, okay, like, are we gonna do this one more time? And she just straight up told me flat out, like, yeah, I mean, like, if you give me $500, like, I'll be more inclined to say yes.
500 for what though?
Just to say yes to the second date.
Just pure cash.
Yeah. I was like, so I was like laughing. I was like, you're joking. And she's like, no, like, I don't really know if I want to go. Like 500 would make me like decide. I was like, go fuck. Oh, I didn't say this, but like in my mind, I was like, fuck you.
How did you respond to that?
I was like laughing then, but she was like serious. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, 500. I think I might be able to like go. And I was just like, yeah, no, like, I'm good. And then
500 cash is so a lot of people like sent me texts, even our friends, and said like, bro, I've bought this, I bought that, but 500 cash or straight up cash.
Okay, well, can you please clarify what was bought? Because that really makes the story. And
is this fucked up?
It's not fucked up because we're not going to mention
who it
involves. No, we're going to say it. No, ask for forgiveness, never permission.
Okay.
We're not mentioning the name.
Right. Okay, whatever. Fuck it. So I would say the main item is if you're sort of in the like influencer scene, there is a specific camera that is incredibly hard to find. I feel so bad right now. That is incredibly hard to find, right? And it's the Canon G7X. And now that
what's the story about that camera?
So the honest answer is it came out years ago. It's just a point and shoot Canon from camera, but it just went super viral because all of these like really hot girls would take mirror selfies, and you know the pictures are good because they're hot, but they're holding the G7X.
Not because the camera.
Yeah.
Right. And so every girl is like, oh my God, like the color tones, the flash, the whatever. Like that is the ultimate, like sort of.
It's $3,000?
No, it's retail.
1,300, yeah.
Retail was like $600. Like it's a normal point and shoot camera. But so it's sold out everywhere. You can't find it anywhere. You haven't been able to find it for a long time. You have to like literally go on eBay and fucking have an auction and buy it for $3,000. And anyway, one of our friends received a text that a girl he was talking to was not having a good day and she was sad. And he said, oh, that's, you know, I wish I could make it better. And she said, well, you can. A G7X would make it better. And our boy went on eBay and won an auction. So the dating tip of the year is if you can somehow find a plug on G7Xs.
I mean, if you could just stock up on like a dozen G7s.
That's what I'm saying. You can go on a date with whoever you want. You could literally just DM girls a picture of the G7X and be like, dinner Friday.
Instead of a dick pic, you're sending a picture of a G7.
When did it become okay to ask for these things?
It's a recession.
I'm telling you, bro, I don't know because I was in a relationship for so long, but something changed where now it's the norm.
Well,
it's just
Javier
the norm.
would know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like before. I never got questions like this before. So like, I don't know if like maybe like there's like a group chat and like all these girls are like talking about different strategies because like it's definitely people are getting more.
And your friends are getting the same encounters?
Pretty much, yeah. Maybe not 500. I think she like was trying to get.
She pushed it.
She shot for the moon.
Yeah. She's like, fuck this guy.
Did you wear like a nice watch or something? Why did she shoot for 500?
No, I don't know.
I mean, Hillstone's like whatever.
Yeah,
it's like an upscale Chili's.
Yeah.
I mean, I only got asked for 150. I'm kind of offended now. I got asked for 150 for a DoorDash bill.
I can introduce you.
So, Jav, does this feel like brand new to you, this trend?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, gifts and stuff was always like a thing, but like not like this bold or like just to even say it. Like that seems a little strange.
And your girl didn't say 500 and, you know, I'll make it worth your time. Like, did she hit you with
No,
anything?
it wasn't like
It
that.
wasn't prostitution.
No. I mean, if that was the case, like, I would have done it. Like,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That was for dinner.
Yeah. It was for like, maybe I say yes to second date. Like, it was like,
Like,
it was,
like,
like,
guaranteed.
it was like to
Bowling?
apply. Yeah. Like,
To apply.
It was like to apply. Like, I
It's
was
an
like,
application fee.
Damn, that's just to get your application in.
yeah, I was like, okay. I'm like, you're not that hot. Relax.
That's crazy. Yeah, well, I have experienced that too. I don't mean to sound mean, but like it's not the hottest girls like in you know, like in the game. They're all doing it.
No offense to Jav, you can Google drama.
Yeah, you can't,
You can't
Google me.
Jav.
Well, you can.
I'm only
You
worth
just get-
$1.50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fucking
Whatever
pissed.
the results were, say $1.50.
literally. TV show went off the air in fucking 2015.
What were you about to share about some friend of yours? She was saying.
So I asked a friend. I have a friend who's a girl who's in the game, and I said, "Yo, I've noticed this happening. Have you?" And she said, "Yeah, girls finally got smart." And I said, "What?" I said, "What does that mean?" And she said, "Well, yeah, we know that guys are only taking us out." Like she was like, in the current climate, guys are only taking us out to try to hook up. That's all they want. There is no one's
What
dating.
was the previous climate? Maybe I was unaware of the previous climate.
The climate never changed.
Let me tell you something. There's no such thing as climate change.
Agree. Okay, so her claim was that it's more bold. It's more, that has also gotten more bold. There's not even like, they're not acting like they're looking for a relationship. And so her explanation was girls got smart and they're just hitting them back with what they want.
I know, but like, I struggle with like, what does got smart mean?
Like they got, okay, this was the take. I'm just telling you the take. I'm not saying
I know,
I agree
but
with it.
I'm trying to understand in
I'll tell
her
you.
mind.
I'll tell you.
Exactly. Okay.
after, like, if you go out on dates with guys and they sweet talk you, hook up with you, and then ghost you.
Yeah.
You say, okay, fuck, you get jaded. You say, all right, every guy, all this sweet talk is all bullshit to try to hook up. So I'm going to skip the sweet talk and try to have my rent paid. That's the logic. I'm not saying it's true.
But,
I'm just saying.
So if the rent is paid, then hookup happens? Because that is.
I think it's like, hey, all right, we're transactional now.
Okay, so we're heading towards legal prostitution.
Yeah.
Look, if one of you guys wants to send me $500, we can get an answer real quick.
I think $50 might have make it work. Okay.
You should have bartered. You should have been like, how about 100?
Yeah, like can we work something out here? Payment plan.
Yeah.
But that was the explanation. So what it left me feeling is like, oh, everyone's just like jaded and pissed and bitter, and no one thinks there's like real anything out there, and everyone's transacting. That's the take from once again.
Well, I also think it's the element of cost of living is so expensive in LA versus 20 years ago that it is tough to just live, rent, food, going out, drinks, and they're all struggling.
Well, I agree with that. That's fine. The other piece is there's too many people now that don't believe they have to work to live the life they want to live.
Fair.
I think
OnlyFans, influencers, TikTok stuff, like there's this model of like, you just be pretty and catch a vibe, and that should be enough to like have your basic needs met. Like, it's hard to watch girls talk about like their fifth Urus from OnlyFans and you're going to work at, an accounting firm. Like, I feel like there's just an expectation that you should be able to have that stuff covered.
Yeah, well, sure. Then we're probably heading down more of we're going full circle. That's a traditional male-female relationship 50 years ago.
It is. It's just more like,
it's just more upfront and transparent.
Face.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think it's going to work well then. I think the strategy,
well, I mean, I guess
I think it's going to pan out great for both parties.
No, if you think about, we have three examples, right? We're 1 for 3.
Yeah.
Our buddy bought the camera. Hob didn't pay the $500. Drama didn't do DoorDash.
And
I also got asked for
the buddy
car
with
repairs.
the camera probably has more girls.
Yeah, 100%.
Buddy with the camera bought some other items. I was asked by different people for more than DoorDash. I got 7 examples for you right here.
Here's my request, Drama.
Yes.
I want you to buy the next person that asks whatever they want. Okay. Yeah. And we have to know where it goes. Like you take care of if you had given the $150 for the DoorDash for their like whatever, No Kings lunch party.
That's right.
Then we would have
exactly.
That's exactly. We're gonna watch No Kings from their balcony, and we're gonna DoorDash John and Vinny some sugarfish,
eating sugarfish while watching
No Kings
from the balcony.
Paid for by a tall white male.
Yeah. That's the epitome of LA dating.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so you want me to cover the next one?
Here's. And I'm happy to participate financially in this.
Okay. We can split it.
Because I do really want to see that. I want 3 test cases.
Okay. But I can but I can tell you what happens. But I'll do it. But I can tell you what happens.
But I want to see it live. But by the way, you also have to make the effort to see them. You can't just give them the money and not hang out with them if they want to hang out. I want to know if you paid the DoorDash. Yeah. And you say, hey, I'm going to go golfing this weekend. Do you want to come golf? I want to see the answer to that question.
Yes. The answer is yes, because now you're sponsored.
Yes. Okay. So
it's like Hobbs. It's exactly what happened to Hob. It's just a little more covert, which is like, you pay this. And then, the next time you ask me to go out, I'll go. And then I'll have another request for you. And then we'll keep doing this. I know,
thing. But like, okay. So
but I'll do it to so I can boots on the ground. 50 years ago
when women didn't work, not to be like crazy sexist or anything, but what was the difference?
Right. It just wasn't as in your face. That's all. There's
It was the thing you did as a male and a female is what you did. You played that role.
And I also believe that probably with like dating app, like I think probably most of Raya is this. Like I think with dating apps, what you couldn't do in the 50s or whenever you're referencing is run 8 of these at once.
On both sides.
Yeah, like there are girls in Miami with just G7Xs and Postmates credits coming in, just flying in the door.
Yes. And by the way, I'm okay with that because the men are also seeing 7 girls. So it's all good to me.
That's the modern version.
I'm okay if the woman wants to see 7 guys.
Market. It's a free market.
Yeah. And if you're not, of the 7 that she's seeing, if you're not the best, she's eventually going to get settled down.
Look, I think we have 3 very different examples of people who hang out with very different people. Yeah. This clearly is the norm.
Yeah. 100%. And the amount of DMs and texts and stuff that I got, very common.
So this is the way it goes.
I like it.
But to Dee's point,
okay with that. I want to see it through.
It probably does pan out. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's just...
I think right now, sorry to interrupt, I think right now, you're feeling the shock of the change
I
in
love
culture.
it. Let me just say, I'm not upset.
I know, but you're not cutting checks. You cheapskate.
right. Okay,
Pony up, drama.
Right. Okay,
where
so
are the checks?
Okay,
let me see those. There would be a babe with you in those tire videos.
You're right. You're totally right. $150. I got a babe in that video. Or $500 for one from Venice. But
Hollywood's a lot cheaper.
Right. I'll send the next Venmo and I'll let you know what happens.
Yeah.
And I'll send you a Venmo request for $75.
But I need to know how you're communicating with it. You got to be like, I'm going to send this, but it'd be great to hang out and see how it goes. That part's important.
Yeah, there has to be a request on the other side.
Yeah, because if you just send it, then of course they'll be like, all right, he's just going to keep sending me money. I'm not thinking of him.
No, right. My only point is if I was just doing this on my own secretly, I would just say that's sort of an unspoken. Like you don't have to say it, but I hear you. For the sake of, I want the paper trail.
The same way she's saying it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What Dee's point. If you're going to ask for the money,
but dinner Friday.
Okay, so what does this mean?
Yeah, Friday.
What does it come with?
Friday we're bowling. It's crazy.
Yeah, bowling. Lucky strike. I got 2 lanes.
Hob, you should send me your girl's number and let me send her $500 and see if she'll go on a date with me instead.
She 100% would.
Say, hey, I heard it's $500. I heard it's $500 for dinner. I got an empty weekend. I'm wondering if you'd like to go bowling.
Just sell a Cali.
Here's what I don't know, and this is an honest question: is like, then where does like attraction play a role? You know, like is the girl into Hav? And
no,
then,
I imagine no. Here's the thing: is she's into from a look perspective. She's into Hav. She wouldn't have even gone on the first date to even ask for the money.
Right. So you wouldn't just work that anyone that sends her $500
you gotta be like
dinner.
You have to be lookable.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're unlookable, then you're fucked.
Right. Okay. So they gotta be attracted first.
Yeah, and it was probably like she didn't really fuck with it. Like, let me just try to ask for like a home run, like $500.
Did she say what the use of proceeds were or no?
No.
It's not a fundraise.
Such a crazy. She's not a 501c3.
Just be like, yeah, of course, after the diligence process, we would love to give you the $500. Here's the set of diligence questions.
Yeah, I want to see financial reporting at the end of the year. It's amazing.
Investor reporting.
But that being said, I will say here's another plus side: is if you are willing to spend the money, and if you're doing well for yourself, I feel like it must be a hotter dating market than ever.
Yeah, it must be booming.
Yeah, if you have no ego about it, I think it's very easy, right?
Yeah, I'm sure the guy we're talking about is probably crushing.
Yeah,
I think he is, and yeah. Like if Hobbs handing out, let's say $300, let's just say hypothetically, Hobbs handing out $300 left and right, doesn't even care about $300 on a Venmo. I feel like you could have dinner, you could be slammed, your schedule jam-packed.
I'd be sore.
Listen, I don't know what you're into.
Look, here's the thing. Here's the thing is I think if you set aside a little honey pot of $3-4 grand and just said, I'm going to throw this out and then just go to places that are super high profile so everyone sees you with these girls.
Yeah.
Then other girls who don't ask, be like, man, this guy must be the man. He's always with somebody.
It's a pretty easy hack, I think.
I'm just going to post me holding 3 G7Xs on my story.
Just be like, bowling anyone?
Man,
I love 3 strikes in your...
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's wild. There's just countless stories. But, and then Jav, you just obviously came in and just had that story on deck. We didn't plan to do this, but yep, it's a wild. Well, I'll keep you updated. Boots on the ground.
That's good.
Okay. Hey, who was it that we funded a date for? Remember
Was
that?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish.
No, it was one of your old.
Tim, I think. No.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Pete, yeah, someone. I forget.
This makes me feel.
No.
Anyway, maybe there's something good.
Could be me.
Yeah, could be it.
That's what I'm
Actually,
saying.
if it wasn't 500, I would fund. 500 is just too much.
That's a lot of money.
I think if it was 200, I would fund it. We can do a GoFundMe.
Was this girl like
for that.
super, super hot or?
Not 500 hot.
Right.
Like 150, sure. I would have thought about it.
Right. Oh, it's fascinating.
Why don't you post her on the group chat Instagram and maybe they can crowdfund it?
Yeah. I would, if we can barter a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd pay 200 just to hear what happens to you.
I think if every guy just started posting the picture and the ask and just say, do you guys think it's worth it? It's a community decision.
Yeah. Like this G7X, yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I didn't say it on the pod, but a girl asked me to help fund her car repair.
You did say that.
Yeah. So it's like wild shit. You know what I mean? That was 1,500, Hav.
Oh, fuck. That's like 3 of my girls.
You could have gotten 3 girls.
That's 3 dates.
That's what I'm saying. She's got to work on her
Ask.
costing. Yeah. Pricing. Okay. What else?
That's it. Anand wanted to share a story.
Well, 2 things. First of all, Amanda's birthday's today.
Yeah. Happy birthday,
Amanda.
Amanda.
She's obviously just delivered our 3rd kid. Has been through hell, but
Yes.
Thriving.
He's a soldier.
And then yesterday, so Colin Farrell, the famous movie star, he is a kid who has Angelman syndrome, which is a very rare genetic disorder. Mm-hmm. And he's been very public about it in the last couple of years. And he throws an event. This is the 2nd event he's done. It's in Pasadena. I don't know if you've been Space Kids Museum, right by the Rose Bowl. Yeah. And he rents the whole thing out. It's free. He pays for everything. In and out, Joe's Pizza. There's arts and crafts, like everything. And it's primarily for special needs kids. Anyways, we went and this guy is incredible. Mm-hmm. Like, I am getting emotional even talking about it. Mm-hmm. Like, he spent time with every single family. He meets with the families, right? And he already knows what you've gone through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like this instant bond.
Yeah. Because he looks it up. You're saying he does the research?
No, because he just sees. He just knows.
Because he's been there. You're saying just going through the process.
He went through hell, right? He went through hell, and he knows what all these other families are going through. And so the point I was trying to make is like, he's just so genuine.
Yeah.
And, he came to Mav, played with him. Like, it was just awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he
that's
did
so
it with
cool.
every single person. He didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many people you think?
Well, he actually did care.
Oh, he did care. Sorry. No, he didn't care who you were. Sorry. He didn't care who you were, but he went to every family and, he spent time. He wanted to understand. He was like, and I'll share like how I know how much he actually cared. So he's playing with math, right?
Mm-hmm.
and Vivian's there, and I'm like, oh, she's such a good little sister, da da da. And then she goes, oh, I'm also a big sister. And she goes, Rowan, which is our third kid. And he's like, oh, Rowan, da da da. He goes, is he healthy? He looked at me. He's like, is he okay? And I was like, yeah, he's very healthy, 6 weeks old, blah, blah, blah. And then we keep talking, and he just asks a bunch of questions. And, you know, when we're walking out, he's like, congrats on the third baby. Like, he paid attention.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this bullshit.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it's super rare. And like, obviously it's clear how much it impacts you just because like, look, I also think those people kind of have like superpowers, you know, like whether it's like their empathy superpower to be an actor or obviously just being a star. Like we've been around stars and there's just something different about their, you know, that
they're
power.
wired so differently. Yeah.
Yeah. And like to have them actually truly, you know, we've also seen a lot of people that have like kind of a BS charity or something that they say they care about, but they really don't. But like, it's pretty cool to see when somebody really channels all of that into actually caring about something that's so tough and that only, you know, a certain amount of people understand.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so cool to see that, you know.
It's like the club you never wanted to be invited into.
Right.
Having a kid that goes through this kind of shit.
Right.
And, you know, he's embracing it. And
how old's his kid?
Like in his 20s.
Oh, wow. So he's been going through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's wild.
And it was really cool. And I saw him even talking to the parents. Like, this is actually like on top of whatever we experienced with Mav, like there was another mom, because there's all these resources in the state for kids with special needs. Yeah. And I was watching him, and this mom was like, yeah, we're, you know, it's very expensive, as you guys can imagine. Yeah. And she was like, yeah, we're trying to get this resource. He's like, reach out to my team. We'll get you to the right people, blah, blah, blah. Like, and I'm like, he really gives a shit.
Yeah. Because he can make a call and make it happen.
Yeah. 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 That's so cool.
Very cool.
Well, props to him. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Big shout out. That is amazing.
Yeah. That's
not
awesome.
easy to put on and execute.
No.
It's a lot of work.
And I would imagine he's been doing it for a while, right? If his kid is this
it's
a new
his
thing?
second year. He actually, so he realized after his kid was 18 that a lot of the resources kids get that are special needs kind of disappear.
Right.
So that was kind of his motivation. Like, okay, these kids are still going to live. How do we include them into whatever the resemblance of a normal life is?
Right.
And that was his motivation. He's done interviews about it. He says it does it for the parents, honestly.
Right.
Because the parents get to come to this like magnificent event and just kind of feel normal. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's awesome. All right. Well,
amazing.
Shout out to him. That's huge. That's awesome.
Big shout out. Big shout out.
Okay. Well, news.
Let's try.
Let's jump in. TikTok is starting TV shows. Now, somebody had this idea a handful of years ago.
7 years ago?
8 years ago. And man, I will say, like, I really feel like just this is the epitome of like just too early. And we're talking about Quibi. And Quibi, you know, we had some friends who worked on Quibi, and you know, the concept was short form, but high. What would you call it? Well produced, high quality content, short form. And it just didn't work out. I think it was hard to get people to understand what it was and to adopt it and whatever. And it didn't work out. But now TikTok is doing what seems like, number one, a good next step for them, but also kind of, you know, what that was, which is that they're looking at developing their own TV shows for their platform.
When I think about Quibi, at the moment, I think I realized the bet. I was like, okay, I think there's enough people, because I'd heard in China that people were watching like super high quality content, and I was like, okay, fine, it could probably work. It was the same thing like live stream shopping. Live stream shopping 5 years ago was irrelevant in America, and now it's kind of extremely relevant. Right. And to your point, timing is everything. Yeah. And the shows on Quibi, because I ended up subscribing, very close with Jeffrey Katzenberg and a lot of the people that worked on starting that. And I watched it, and it was actually really good content. It's just that we were not trained at that moment to watch, like, basically you think about your favorite television show in the form of a 2, 3, 4, 5 minute thing on your phone.
Yeah, because 7 years ago is a lifetime ago.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
and now everyone, I mean, most events like the Oscars, any of that stuff, I only watch on TikTok, on clips.
I'm not joking. I haven't watched TV since the NFC AFC championship.
Yeah.
Literally have not watched 1 minute of television.
But that wasn't the case.
That
7
shit
years
ended.
ago.
And then even like in March Madness, like I'm trying to get it into it with my kid. We watch for like 5 minutes. They lose interest. So like luckily I got them into brackets. So we watched like the end of the Duke game on my phone. But like we don't watch TV in our house. And so we need fucking high quality shows on our phone.
I think to your point, Jeffrey had the right concept, just wrong time.
Yeah, it was just early.
Yeah. Because in China, this is on fire.
Yeah.
They're saying the numbers are like bonkers.
Yeah.
For all these like short form content, 8 to 10 minutes, which is what he was trying to do in 2020. I actually thought COVID would be a beneficiary for him.
Yeah.
Which I'm weirded out.
You know why? Because they have too much time.
But yeah, think about it, during COVID, we were watching like Tiger King.
You had 4 hours.
Right. Fair. You're not in the subway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had too much time. And I think now it's just literally everyone is consuming everything in short form. I think that's 7 years ago is a lifetime ago and very different.
Even,
and anyway,
some of my favorite podcasts, I'm not sure about you guys.
Yeah.
I don't have the 2 hour time to listen to some of them. I just go on the clips.
Yeah, like Theo Vaughn, I only watch from clips. People come up to me all the time. Like, I love group chat. And I'm like, you listen to it? Like, I see the clips.
Yeah. Everyone always says, I watch group chat. I'm like, okay. Yeah. So you just watch the clips.
Yeah. That's the point. I mean, not to like keep going back to Quibi. We can move on from that. But on TikTok, like, I think this probably is a great bet. I mean, I would imagine now in this environment, you start putting some quality content on TikTok. Everyone is just ready to.
Do you think it affects the live streamers though? Because live streamers is like, 8 hours of content.
No, you know
what's weird?
If you're asking for $500, you have the time.
Good callback.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Do you have $500 to just ask? If you're shooting 8 $500 shots, you are definitely going to have the time to watch.
She's got to pay for all these subscriptions. She's got to pay for her Twitch subscription, her YouTube TV.
Yeah.
What continues to blow my mind is just the appetite or the amount of content that can be consumed. Like, it's mind blowing. If you think about all these streamers and sports and all the hit shows that people are still talking about, everyone's talking about Love is Blind. Everyone's somehow seen every TikTok trend, every, phrase on TikTok everyone uses the next week when you go out into the world. Like, people are just consuming content, I think, at a rate that is like unfathomable. So I think there's room for all of it.
Yeah. And you have to remember the reason why they're consuming content because of mobile phone and cheap internet, we're able to consume anytime, all the time, right? Like your commute to work, if you don't have to drive, like you're consuming content. Or if you even have to drive, you're listening to content. If you're on your way to school, you're on a bus, you're waiting in the doctor's office, you're always looking at your phone.
Yeah.
You're like 100% of the time, if you're not working or talking to someone, you're on your phone. So the TAM, the addressable market of mobile usage,
24 hours a day.
I think it'd be good for the next like $500 date to say one of the rules is no phones.
Woo! I like it.
See if they're willing, because I don't know if $500 will get you that.
I would not do that for $500.
A phoneless date, $500. Will it work?
Not the market.
I know, but if someone said,
but he's even it should be easier to get him to do it than the market. If he won't do it, they're cooked. There's no way they're doing it. A 23-year-old girl in Venice, no chance. I feel like that's probably that's like asking her to go a day without eating.
I mean, that could be a good TikTok 8 to 10 minute video of how girls navigate dating with men.
I'm going to be honest. I think if you made a video that was even kind of critiquing the fact that women are asking for money up front, I think you'd get lit up on TikTok in a negative way.
But they're doing it.
I know, but
I think it's pervasive.
I'm just putting it out there with the general tone of the culture. I think if you critiqued it or said that there alluded to there being something wrong with it, I'm guessing that video would be received very poorly. That's my guess. I don't think, like, in our head, it would be like, yeah, what the hell? The dating market's all fucked up. I think it would be like, shut up, you fucking stupid man.
Yeah. I
think girls should do it.
I like it. I think someone should.
Girls should do the hustle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, think about like how extreme that Bobby girl is, where she just goes and fucks everyone. And that's viral.
Who does that?
That Australian
Bonnie Blue.
Bonnie Blue. Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah. When she's out there in the world, a $500 date seems like nothing. I mean, I'll also just I'll just tie this into the conversation because it's on our list. Is the average age for a gamer in the US is 36. So everybody is just on TikTok and gaming and fucking it. What is anyone
average
doing?
Age of a gamer being 36? This is why these girls are resorting to this.
You're on the girls' side.
Dorks are playing video games.
You're on the girls' side on this one.
You know what's funny is because I remember about 10 years ago, the average age of a Facebook user was 38. So gaming's kind of trending in the same, because right now Facebook just boomers.
In a decade, it's just going to be senior citizens playing Call of Duty.
I mean,
because I would imagine the average age, I don't know the actual stat, the average age of a Facebook user has to be in late 40s.
Yeah, for sure. 100.
But
no one's on Facebook.
36
I haven't logged in 5 years. I could not log in if I wanted to right now. I don't even know how to.
But guys, the average age, gaming, 36. This is crazy.
So just to keep in mind, those that don't know math, average means there's a lot older people.
Yes.
So that tells me either under 18 has basically stopped gaming.
They're on Roblox probably.
No, but it's still gaming. He's not saying his Xbox.
Yeah, it doesn't say,
I wouldn't be surprised if the number then says, it doesn't, because the math doesn't make sense. So I'm 45. That would insinuate that like my peers are gaming. I don't know anyone games. Who do we know of our friends that games?
This is where your bubble is different. Like, there's just a lot. There's a lot.
Do you know anyone I know that games?
No, but I know people that are 40 that game every fucking night and hit me up and like, yo, dude, you got to download fucking Arc Raiders. And I'm like, what?
No wonder these girls are asking for money. They should ask for more money.
Well, they shouldn't ask for money. They should be thankful that anyone is willing to leave their house and go to dinner. Everyone's at home gaming.
36-year-old for an average gamer is just psychotic to me.
Psychotic.
That means like 14 or that. If 14-year-olds are gaming, then there has to be a 6-year-old.
I mean, I can just tell you.
I think there is.
I don't think I've played a game since I was 19 in college.
Video game?
Yeah.
I played like NCAA. I played Madden.
I don't think I played a video game since Super Mario 3.
Yeah.
What was that, 96?
Yeah, you're probably 13.
No, I'm 16.
16?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, you could look it up on TikTok or something. Like, there it is. I think there are a lot of grown-ass men.
I take my kids to the arcade at Lucky Strike.
That's not in these stats.
That's not in the stats because it's all kids. I mean,
I don't know that for a fact, but there's no way.
Because if you're 36 at Lucky Strike playing video games, you're getting arrested.
You're just addicted to skee ball.
No, you're getting arrested.
Yeah,
someone's calling you.
I don't know. You go to any of the amusement parks, you see old people there all the time.
Well, I mean, Disneyland's a freak show. I can't go there.
Well, we're talking about like console with a headset on, like talking shit in the chat. You know what I mean? Like I think
just slurring it up.
Yes. I think we're talking about some crazy activity here that
I don't think I could ever let my kids play video games if the average age is 36 years old.
Also true.
That's insane.
That's a great point.
I would never, ever let my kids on a console if the average age is 36.
Because
It's
either
disgusting.
there's a lot of predators on there, or there's just a lot of like
If
angry,
you're 36
drunk
years
36-year-olds.
with the headset on at 9:30 p.m. on a Friday night, I don't want my child to ever interact with you, ever.
And I can tell you, because I've heard stories about it, like there are 100%, like it's very common for like 40-year-old men after work to just be calling 12-year-olds, you know, the F-bomb and the this bomb and the that bomb in the chat after they shoot them in the Call of Duty game. Like this is just normal. This is just what's happening.
Well, how do you know?
I have friends who are obsessed with it. I have friends who are obsessed with it.
Are your friends the 12-year-olds or the 40-year-olds?
They're the 12-year-olds, and I'm standing up for them. No, my friends my age that are obsessed with it, they do it every night.
Look, D, I don't think it's any different than when we were teenagers and the AOL chat rooms. That was all predators.
Of course.
ASL.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there wasn't that many people on the internet then.
Fine, but we all experienced it.
Yes, but it was a very few amount of people. Gaming is huge.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it's a wild
is just
world
like
out
a
here.
child sex trafficking.
Yeah, it's Epstein on steroids.
I think it is. Isn't that the thing about Roblox, like that everyone talks
was in
about?
the
Is
files.
it super sketchy?
What?
Oh yeah,
Roblox feels sketchy.
Wasn't Epstein
You'd imagine
like,
so.
Yeah,
Epstein was in one of those. He played Xbox or one of those, right?
He was in like a
from
Call of
Xbox.
Duty.
He got banned from Xbox.
Holy fuck.
Can you imagine what happens on Xbox and that guy got banned from one?
Oh my God. Yeah. It's just crazy. It's just the picture that we're painting of the current state of things is just like everyone's just soaking up content all day. 36-year-olds are addicted to gaming. Girls are asking for cash to go on dates. I mean, this is just, it's pretty wild. The picture we're painting.
Well, there's also some positivity.
Okay, give it to us.
Google just announced that you can now, with their mobile app,
This opens up other languages.
connect your headphone to have a personal translator in 70 languages.
So now you can go on dates with girls from other countries.
You literally can, dude, the world just opened up to you overnight.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
insane.
That's a good point. Because
It's
another
so
thing that I've
fucking
heard
cool.
of a lot of complaints from young men is like, oh, you got to go international. They appreciate guys there.
Yeah, well, obviously the dollar's strong as shit still.
Yeah, but that's also the story.
We heard a story from our friend in Miami saying the girls are very much more appreciative in Miami than LA.
I do not believe that. You can't tell me. Because I'll tell you this. Our other friend.
I'll tell you why. He says that because they're not American.
Well, right, but our other friend who's been asked to buy things said, "Bro, you obviously haven't been to Miami. Miami's been on this for a long time. They've been on the cutting edge. They were ahead of."
Depends. You got to go American or foreign.
He said even
I think
in
the
Europe
American
they're doing
girls.
this.
What's that?
He said even in Europe they're doing this. But I will say I've had a couple friends who have like traveled internationally. Like one friend went to Australia. He's like, bro, like a girl asked, like offered to buy dinner. This girl did that. This girl that.
So I have a really funny story. I work with a company, and one of the guys has a engineering team in Finland, and I caught up with him the other day, young guy, and I was like, how's it living in Finland? I've never been there. And he's like, yeah, I really just work all day, but I go to coffee shops, hang out, bars once in a while. And I was like, are you single, married? And he's like, I'm single. And I'm like, oh, have you gone out in Finland? And he's like, what's so interesting? He's like, when I go to coffee shops and I see someone that I want to talk to, he's like, I go up to them, ask them for their number, ask them if I could take them out. And he's like, every woman I've done that to says, wow, you're obviously not from Finland. And he goes, why? He's like, nobody asks. Guys have stopped going up to women.
Yeah, I've heard that too. It's too expensive.
Yeah.
If you're going to hit with the $500 Venmo.
It's $100 for a conversation.
Well, then maybe the move is American men should go to weaker currency countries and thrive.
clean house.
I think those are called passport bros. I think
here's 1,000.
That's a thing. It's called being a passport bro. That's a whole thing. There's a whole
it is a thing.
TikTok lifestyle about that too.
Oh my God, amazing!
Yeah.
But on the more technology note, Google's tool.
Back to Google.
You know, the latest AirPod was going to launch this feature, live translation. Live translation is like something that like a lot of people have been talking about. It's finally here. And what's interesting is like the live translation practical use is amazing. I do also believe the idea of learning a language is actually going to go up in popularity because it's going to be like an aristocrat thing to know multiple languages. It's not going to be out of necessity. It's because I can. And
Right.
it's the same thing I was talking to a friend the other day about driving. Like in 5 years, everyone's just going to be in autonomous vehicles, and the rich will go and get manual cars.
Right.
Because
it's a flex.
it's a flex. You're gonna you always. It's like
Look
the
at this
iPhone
pickup
1
truck I bought. Look at this Toyota pickup truck.
manual.
Well, I think
Manual Toyota.
Tiger Woods is flexing.
Tiger Woods from the future.
If there's not a better case for autonomous cars or, hiring a fucking driver.
Tiger Woods Friday.
Jesus.
Everyone gets the alerts. ESPN, Wall Street. I mean, every alert. Tiger Woods has flipped a car over, got into a car accident.
I thought he was dead.
At this point.
Just meaning I was like, come on. At this point, this must be the final one.
So apparently he didn't have alcohol in his system. That's what
He's a pill guy.
He's a pill guy. So he clearly was under some influence because this guy, the racist jokes are unbelievable.
The racist jokes are good. I also think the memes are amazing because they have the picture of him.
Oh, the Asian. You mean Asian
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah.
Right. I was like, I didn't see any racist jokes. And I was like, oh, I gotcha.
But the picture of him leaving jail is like the new Marco Rubio meme.
Oh, when he's just like miserable in the car? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's being memed all over the internet.
When I think about Tiger Woods,
It's sad.
he's toast. Right? Like,
Well, like in what way?
in the sense that like, it is so important to me. Like, okay, his legacy as this incredible athlete is always there. If he got injured, like I think everyone gave him a pass on the incident with his wife because it's just like whatever.
Personal matters.
Personal matter, bad moment, you fucked up.
But for the
It
record,
happens to everyone.
He was out of the game for a while. He wasn't given a pass. Like I think everyone looked down on him. He sat out for a long time.
I understand that. I'm just saying that like time had passed.
Right.
And I think people have
got
basically got over it.
Yes.
And I think that people were like, okay, it's Tiger Woods. We want him back. I think I was hearing he's playing the Masters and this and that, whatever. Now it's just sad because it's clear he has an issue. And the issue that I have is specifically on the driving side, like
right.
everyone talked about it. Like, you don't need to drive.
He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
Like, what are you?
Billionaire.
Right.
There's also came out that the Secret Service wouldn't let him drive Trump's grandkids.
Because he's dating a Trump.
Yeah. He's dating Donald's ex or Eric's ex. One of them.
Yeah. Eric's ex.
Yeah. So that's not a good sign.
Right.
And so he's obviously going through something, and like there's so many ways you can handle it. Driving is not one of them.
Like flying through Jupiter, Florida. What are you doing? It's just like, but what do you think happens? I'm genuinely curious. I don't really have a take, but like, because I don't think professionally he's going to suffer from this one. I think playing, I mean, he's already done.
Well, no, look, Tiger Woods is Tiger Woods. He's cemented. He's fine.
When you said you think that he's done, like, what do you mean?
No, to your point, Drama, because I even seen like my friends' chats of people that have done pretty well. Everyone has this like soft spot for Tiger. Like, oh, poor guy. I was like, poor guy. What's the poor guy?
Yeah, he could have killed someone.
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah. But like he just finished his TGL league on ESPN. Like, I don't feel like, and once again, I don't have a take. I'm just curious. Like, he's already
people
done
are too obsessed with him
playing. But I think the poor guy thing. I don't think anything changes for him like professionally in business. I don't think anyone drops him. I don't think.
No, I mean, business wise, like he doesn't. I mean,
it may affect his family. It may affect the way Charlie thinks about him. I don't know.
But if he wants to play in the Masters in 2 weeks, I think he can. I think they let him.
Yeah, they have to. So I actually saw this on ESPN that Tiger, because he's won however many times,
you automatic.
He can say 10 minutes before the tee time, I'm playing.
Right, but you don't think the PGA has some sort of like morality clause or something? Like if you're charged with a...
I think Masters is outside the PGA. That's why the live guys got to go.
Right, but I would imagine that there's something in the sort of agreement or whatever that you could cancel someone's invitation for sort of a morality type situation. I mean, he got charged with a DUI. I would imagine.
Yeah, but
they could keep him if I know. But that's what I'm saying.
I mean, if he showed up, the ratings will double.
I
wasn't going to watch the Masters.
It's similar to like Kanye Wednesday night at SoFi.
Yes,
I mean it's going to be chaos.
I agree. Yeah. So, but my point is, I think he's just reached this like poor Tiger. Everyone feels bad for him. At the end of the day, the guy had a DUI, was driving under the influence, reckless driving, speeding, ran into the back of another car, flipped his car. Like anyone else does that, any other athlete, you're not playing in the next event. I think he can waltz right onto the course and they're like, I hope you're doing well today,
Yeah, it's
Tiger.
the poor guy thing. I saw it in my own chats.
Yeah.
Because they love him. People love Tiger Woods.
They love excellence.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
But I think they also love like a tortured genius.
Fair.
Like, he had trouble with those
I guess
blonde
that's the
ladies.
Same as Kanye, right?
Right.
Kanye's going to have unlimited passes for the rest of his life.
He already has.
Yeah, he literally can do, he's like Donald Trump. Kanye, Tiger, they're the same kind of.
If you're good enough.
No one cares.
Yeah, if you're good enough, people just give you the pass forever for everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, but wild story. When I saw that alert, I thought like, man, this guy's probably dead on this one. Because he didn't see any pictures. Turns out it was relatively mellow, and he climbed out of the passenger seat and everything. He was fine. But
that's not mellow. You're climbing out the passenger. Well, no, you've been in a car accident before.
But I mean, if you flip your car and you can just stand up and hop out of the fucking passenger window,
that could be a testament to the car.
If you think about it,
true. That's a good Range Rover ad.
We live in LA where there's car accidents, nonstop. It's very rare you see a car flipped over.
Yeah.
I know. He's good at it. He can do it. He does it on every one. That guy flips cars like he fucking hits drives. Crazy. Okay. Is there anything else before we go?
I wanted to end on this last chart that is was on the Wall Street Journals. The title of the article is funny because it says they're rich but not famous and they're suddenly everywhere. And what it's addressing is the wealth in this country.
Yeah.
And
through the roof.
Well, here's the craziest part of the wealth stat. Just the first one. 400,000 people in this country are worth more than $30 million. 400,000 people.
Which is so much money and so many people. 200,000
people, 50 million up. Nearly 100,000 people worth more than 100 million. So when you are planning your trip, your dream trip, and you want to go first class and you want to stay at the nicest hotels, the rate is never going down for the rest of your life.
True.
Because there's 400,000 people that can do it at the drop of a dime.
Right. Because also all these charts are going up. The 30 million one's going down probably because they're moving on to 50 and 100 million. But but in general, it's going up. They're all in an upward trajectory.
And the boomer inheritance is going to keep the economy going for the next 50 years.
There's so much cash.
90 trillion.
90 trillion. So you have that much cash.
With that 500 ask is kind of light. If you think 90 trillion is coming to Hav.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe she knows. She might saw this chart. Hav kind of looks like a low key rich guy,
Yeah.
He could be a tech founder.
You got the hoodie on.
But what were you going to say, D? I mean, this is,
Well, I think the challenge is then like, you're looking at the economy and everyone's always wondering, like, so there's a subset of people that are asking for money to go on a date.
That's right.
And then there's 400,000 families that they could pay for everyone's date.
That's right. That's the story of America today.
Yeah. And I think that the interesting thing is this is why we physically can't go into a recession. There's too many people. There's like 1 million people with enough spending power of 75% of the people.
Yeah.
So gas goes $6, $7, $12.
Well, no,
$43.
I think what happens is that the wealth inequality just massively increases.
Yeah.
So the top 1 to 2%, like you showed on the chart,
right?
They're going to fund the entire economy.
I think we're beyond 1% now, though. It's not 1% anymore. It's 10%. It's the top 10%.
Well, once the inheritance comes, yes.
I know, but like if you just look even about
400,000.
It's the top 10% that has all the wealth, not just the 1%. It's 10%. There's a lot of people with money now, and so it's why spring break, which is happening right now, the airports are jammed and the TSA because all of these families are traveling. There's just so much money.
Right, because also $30 million is so much money. Like I'd love to see 10 million. Also, like 30 million is even a lot in LA. Like if you live in the middle of the country and you have a $5 million net worth, you're rich. Like what?
Oh yeah.
This chart is only 30, 50, 100. I'm curious what the 10 million would be. So a lot of people have a lot of money. It's pretty crazy because, you know, it also is really easy to like see all these stories and always talk about how hard things are and recessions and everyone's struggling. And don't get me wrong, I know a lot of people are struggling. And I know in some ways we've already been in a recession and just ignored it. But like there's another side of the story that will just keep the whole thing afloat, to your point, D. It's going to be hard to get a reservation anywhere, you know, ever.
Reservation, hotel.
And numbers are going up. These Venice girls are going to start asking for $1,000.
They should raise their prices.
Yeah,
they should.
500 is light.
Too low.
150 for the DoorDash drama. You got to find.
I mean, at 150, you could have already found a wife.
Yeah, I could be like you'd
have 2 kids right now.
I could afford 3 wives. At these rates, I can afford 3 wives.
I mean, the 3 examples: 150, 500, 1,300. Drama, you're just in the wrong game.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, this is why I don't display my wealth. You know, I don't display any forms of making money. So I need to look broke. I am broke. What are we talking about? We're on a podcast.
You're hitting tires.
I'm just saying, if you show you have money in this city, you're going to get robbed physically and by, you know, girls on dates. You're getting robbed from every angle if you
That's true.
Wear a nice watch in this city.
That's
I just
amazing.
want to hit tires in peace. Is that all we got? Is that where we're stopping? You got to go, right, D?
Yeah, I got a flight.
Okay.
We have some comments.
Okay.
Let me just get some comments and shout outs done.
Well, I'm going to restart my sauna real quick. Keep going.
Yeah, he needs to spend $1,000.
Take that out. I don't want anyone to know I have a sauna.
Keep it.
I don't want anyone to know I have a sauna.
Everything stays.
I don't have a sauna.
Up the price. That 150 to 250.
I'm broke.
All right. The first one is the main problem with the NBA is the product. It has nothing to do with politics. The games are unwatchable unless it's a top 4 matchup. Celtics, Thunder, Lakers, Nuggets. The players don't care as much on a night out basis. And analytics have taken over. It isn't the same as it all even 10 years ago. Okay. I think we agree with that. I'm still going to go with politics too. From Steve at Alice Gray, huge thank you to all the Kathys who bought our shoes at Walmart. It's been doing so well. We're extending the BOGO for 1 more week. Really appreciate it. Thank you. So there you go, guys. Head over to walmart.com. Buy Alice Gray. DM them you bought it. Steve will send you a free pair.
Love that.
Next up from Marco. Shout out to my 7-month pregnant wife, Ashley Gonzalez. You amaze me day in and day out with your strength for carrying our child, and I couldn't have chosen a better mother for our child. Also, shout out to the group chat crew. Congratulations, guys.
Shout out.
From Julia, back from the sauna. From Julius, shout out to my 3 kids, Malaya, Brooklyn, and Ezra, who always listen to group chat with me in the mornings while I'm helping them get ready for school. Woo! That's a lot of pressure there, Julius.
I know.
They're the most educated kids in preschool, first grade, and fourth grade. Because of you guys, they know what's going on in geopolitics, the stock market, and all the cuss words. Keep it up, fellas.
Sorry, kids.
I know. I feel bad. I really feel bad for my kids. My kids cuss like sailors.
Do they?
Yeah. We're at home. They do not luckily cuss. Yeah. I'm on the phone at work, taking calls all night, weekend, everything. Like, what the fuck? This is crazy.
And you've been able to like explain to them that those are just not for school words?
Yes. Oh, I mean, because the school tells you, they see kids who say it, they're like thrown out of class.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't just say that. When were you allowed to say that in school?
Yeah.
I feel like in elementary school, everyone started cussing.
I know, but not in the classroom.
On the playground.
Playground
for sure. Different. Anything goes on the playground. Yeah.
Everything goes. but by the way, update on the bat. I got a lot of DMs about that I should buy the bat for Dominic. Yeah. So we had talked about Dominic wanted this bat. It was called the Icon, $350 bat plus tax. And so I told him, he kept bugging
That's
about
one
the
day.
bat. I was like,
that's nothing.
Dominic's asking for a bat. He's crushing the dating circuit these days.
That's what I'm saying.
So I said, you got to hit 5 home runs. I'll get you this bat. And he actually hit a home run the other day on Saturday. And then I got so many DMs of like, oh, you don't want your kid to be the loser in the baseball league without that bat. You got to get him the bat. Everyone's talking about his fucking bat. So we drove to Dick's Sporting Goods today in Glendale, and we tried out the bats. And so I asked the guy, I'm like, what's the deal with this bat? He's like, that's a hot bat. He literally was like, this is the hottest bat.
Yeah,
I
remember that. I remember that from Little League. I remember getting the hot bat, and it's a huge deal.
I don't remember the hot bat.
I don't remember either. And I played baseball until I was 14. It was a white bat with
green writing. It's probably, my dad will probably listen to this and find it in the shed. That thing was hot. I was the coolest kid at practice. I hit 0 home runs.
So he narrowed it down to 2 bats, like an Easton Hyper something, and this Icon whatever. And he's on spring break, so he's going to some baseball camp for 2 days. So I was like, we're not buying this bat today. You can go see what the kids at the camp are playing with, try it out. Dick's is actually cool. You can actually go into like a batting area and fucking hit balls, which is pretty dope.
Right.
That's probably why their business.
But why won't you get him the bat?
Yeah. It's $350. I'm like,
bro, you literally just told me at the beginning of this episode. You told me at the beginning of this episode to send that to a random girl on Venmo. I'd rather send it to your kid.
And this is
okay. You sent it to the kid.
That's a good trade-off.
We both feel better about where our money went.
Yeah. I'll get content, and you get,
I get
maybe Dominic hits a home run.
Yeah, Uncle Drama got him the bat. Oh, that's great.
He's gonna get the bat.
Get him the bat, dude.
I am gonna get him the bat because he helped out with Miles' team. He was a very good sport this weekend. I just didn't want to go to the store and give him the fucking bat.
But bro, when you're a kid, I'm just telling you, I am 39 years old. I remember that goddamn bat. Get him the bat. That's like one of those core memories, You don't get many of those. You don't get many purchases, especially for $350. Like, it's like your first car, that bat. It's a big deal.
You didn't even like youth sports. You were skateboarding. You were a little dickhead.
I was a little dickhead, but I had the hot bat, didn't I? I was a little dickhead with the hot bat.
All right. I'm sold. I'll get him the bat.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll get him the bat.
Okay. That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Great episode. Hav, thanks for your contribution. I think we should look into sponsoring some dates.
I'm in.
I feel like you're a lot more open to the shenanigans than I am. I'll dabble for boots on the ground journalism, but I know you'll go all in.
Oh yeah.
So we'll talk offline. But everyone, thanks for listening. Have a great week. Heck yeah.
Peace.
Peace.